they're getting themselves into on this Madness Monday. You already know we at work decided to hop on, chop it up with individuals, see what's the talk of the town is going down, the wind, the curve, you heard me. Here in Southern California, it is hot. Not as hot as the other days, but still, nonetheless, it's still hot. Right? But it is a beautiful, beautiful day. I would say to be out and about, but right now it'd be hectic, at least here in the Southern California area, Los Angeles. You got, armored vehicles and people on horses and, assault rifles, cruising around because it's a thing to do. Like, wow. It's funny how, how much progress America made, right? And just to go backwards. That is crazy, huh? Because these old ladies and these old people, selling oranges and flowers pose that much of a threat. It's crazy. But these are the times we live in now. It is what it is. The hatred apparently boiled over. What up, homie? What's cracking lacking? What's good? What's good, carnal? You already know we shitted like a villain on this Monday. Hot as fuck Monday. But I guess because we're now knocking into summer, so está cabrón. Like the heat is just like, you can't really enjoy yourself in the heat unless you're like by the pool or fucking the beach or some shit. And not even then. Damn, a hundo? Right here, it's about a hundo too. It's about 95? 95 right now. But is it like heat or is it humid heat? Because humid heat is the worst. Oh, damn. Yeah, I can't do that kind of heat. Like feeling like you're in a sauna. Fuck that. That sticky weather. Because in those areas you get like mosquitoes the size of like fucking birds. Getting heat stroke, serio. And there's like not even no beaches and everything like that to like for you guys to go and dip in. Gotta go to the fucking like rivers and lakes and shit. Can you grab a camera lens for you? A camera lens. The creeks, there you go. At least you guys got that. I mean, because over here we got all kinds of beaches, but like I said, and somehow they're all packed as fuck. Can you send me a shout out? Well, shout out to you. We have some creeks over here too. They're all hidden and shit. You gotta know the spots. Gotta have the plug. Where are you? I reside in California, Los Angeles. It's pitch black where I'm at. Orale, all right. Well, right here it's 6, but it's still sunlight. But yeah, we in California. Real family creek. Now, some of these creeks are really hard to like get to, man. Like you need to be in shape and need to fucking, bring ropes and all kinds of shit. Like, damn, gotta do all that? Fuck. Like, I came to, just relax in the water and shit. I'm over here sweating, fucking practically hiking, rock climbing. And getting down is not even the difficult part is getting back up. After like fucking swimming all day and shit, you're all tired. What's cracking like a dashboard? It's 9:07 here, but it's in pitch black. It's about to get dark though. All right, all right. It's 9 where you're at. All right, it's 6. It's 6:08 where I'm at, and it's still like fucking like bright as fuck out here. It's like if it's like 3 over here. We get those fucking summer nights that last forever. My dad won. Damn, my boy, yesterday playing. Shit, homie, that's right. He hit the big jackpot. Even though tax is gonna take like about half of that, and then by the time you get your final due is probably gonna be like, hey, but still nonetheless, that's good. Damn, last week he won. Hey, my boy, shit, your dad is good luck, homie. Hey, tell him to buy me a scratcher. You scratch it for me. That's right. My boy's on a winning streak. Hey, for that mattress and the couches. We also own the store, so we have to. Oh shit! You guys own the store? Oh fuck! Orale, all right, that's cool. That's cool. All right, yeah. So you guys got your own like little mom and pop stores, like a liquor store. You mean? Que rollo, shadow. What's cracking like Mr. Pasa? It's definitely up in the casa for the raza. I'm in ICU. Why? Hey, that battle rap is gonna come. That Spanish one. Hey, we got it. Don't trip. Yeah, that's exactly what my mom said. All the money we spent on the mattress. Hey, there you go, homie. It's a sign. You were blessed. Well, I don't know if you guys believe in that. I don't know exactly, how it works, but you can read the number on the barcode and know the winner. Oh yeah, you just scan them though, right? But that's kind of like whack though. Isn't like also like the whole point about it is like to play the little game that's on there. That way you get at least some kind of fun out of it. You know what I mean? But I do see what you're talking about. There's some people that I see, they buy a bunch of scratchers and they just scratch the barcode and they just scan them. They don't even play the games. Like, fuck. My boy's on some hard times. That was like, fuck the game, homie. I'm trying to, get out of this hole I'm in. Never ceases to amaze me how some people think they could dig themselves out of the hole by gambling more. Hey, is that feeling of winning, bro? They in love with it. Finally, I won something. Finally, I'm good at something. Like, wow, this is a great feeling. Like, I actually accomplished something. I want more of it. See, this is why you need to pay attention to your kids. Behaviors like this. Fucking kid was probably never acknowledged when he was young. Parents didn't give a fuck about his achievements and awards in school. They're just like, eh. Fucking kid's getting the award. He's looking for his parents in the audience. They're not there. Oh my. Oh shit, huh? Yeah, I know. I wonder where he developed this gambling problem from. I don't know. His friends? For sure his friends. Yeah, they're bad influences. For sure. For sure it's them. See, this is why I told you not to hang around with them. Mm-hmm. Yep. Uh-huh. Us? Why us? Shit, we put a roof over your head and we fed you. People are funny. My dad doesn't own the property, but he had a in the business, so we had to pay Just for the game machine and stuff. All right, okay, all right. I feel you. It was a gas station, but okay, cool. Okay, I get what you mean. Hey, that's still cool. Shit, me, but I know a lady who in prison because of it. For what? Like stealing scratchers? Damn, that sucks. Hey, well, hopefully everything goes good. Get out of the hole, end up in the hole. Serio, bro. Like the more they dig, try to climb out, like the deeper they dig themselves in. It's like I feel like the strategy isn't working. Maybe if you go about it by a different angle. Like no, it's gonna eventually work. Like okay. For the state lottery, this. Yeah, I feel you, but I feel like there's no, like no joy in that though. You got kids, Simon? I have 4 kids. So yes. His friend. They always blame the friends or the area. Like it's fucking this area, man. They moved them to a different area. Problem still continues. It's like what the fuck, man? Like we did everything. We moved in. We moved into a different area. We sent him to boot camp. I mean, nothing's working. They don't seem to realize what the problem is. Like, fuck, man, I fucking sat him down. I yelled at his ass. I fucking whipped him. I spanked him. I fucking, slapped him. I fucking sent him to boot camp. I fucking moved him to his grandma's. Nothing's working. How about actually sitting down and having a conversation without yelling and insulting? That's not gonna work. I guess. You're right. I forgot how, coming aggressive and beating people, I forgot how good that works. Like, I forgot that that's effective. I forgot that all the world's problems have been fixed that way. Like, anytime there's issues with a country, you just go and bomb them and they'll say, hey, let's talk peace. The knights used to meet in the middle and saw each other and kick each other and call a truce. Like, when has that ever worked? When has this? It's crazy how people say that it works. Like, where's the evidence that this works? This aggressive angle. There's a lot of evidence showing that it doesn't. But it makes people feel better, and that's what matters. Hey, the reason why Trump is our president and why people voted for him, it's not because he's gonna build the wall, fix the roads, fix the economy, fucking control inflation, tackle the homeless problem. It's not because of that. It's because he hates everyone that these individuals hate. He talks shit about all the individuals that these people talk shit and hate. Right? So he stamps their hatred. So that's the reason why he gets that love. It's not because of what he actually does, right? But because of the hate that he, throws out there that reflects these people's, true behaviors, right? True feelings. Like, finally, a president that understands us. Fuck these motherfuckers and send them back. Fuck the healthcare, fuck the economy, fuck all that, bro. What we really want is just, to tell these motherfuckers that fuck them and get them out of here and, I seen a short, right, of, I think it was Nino America channel, right? He put a short and he said that he was watching the movie The Sandlot and how there's a pool scene, right? And he realized that the pool, there's not that many people there, right? And he's like, man, to live in those great times, like how it was before, where there wasn't no illegals and and all you heard was people speak English and not like a different language. And it's like, why would it bother you for a different ethnicity to be speaking their language, right? Especially if they're not even talking to you, right? Like if there's a, another family, like just right there and they're speaking their language, right? But why would that bother you though? Like, why would that bother you or offend you though? They're not talking to you though, like, but you're going to be offended by it and you don't see the hatred in that? That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. Like, why would that offend you though? Like, damn, bro. That's crazy. And yes, he's a Trump supporter, so it's not a coincidence that all the white supremacist groups like Donald Trump, right? Why they all side with him and defend him. His message resonates with them, bro. But yeah, he doesn't push hatred. They call these groups hatred groups. Like these groups are like, bad people and hatred groups, right? But it's like, well, they seem to love him and what he's saying, right? If Donald Trump's a good guy, then I'm pretty sure his views wouldn't align with their views, right? But they do, so it's kind of strange. I wonder why. Would you ever go gambling in Vegas? Oh no, I've been to Vegas, and gambled. What's cracking, Little Rich? Yeah, the little slot machines too. I like playing cards too. Like I do gamble, right? Not like big time like that, but I do gamble from time to time. I'm 19 and my parents are 51. Is that a nice age gap? My parents had me at 32, I believe. Yeah, that's cool. I believe you shouldn't have kids at a young age, right? It should be like when you're already how can I say? It's better to have kids when you're already well established, right? Like you got your job secure, your living situation secure. That's the best time to have, and when you have gotten the partying out of your system, right? Like the hanging out at bars and all that kind of shit system, right? Because once you're a parent, bro, it's all about the kids now. That whole you wanted to do you, that's over already, bro. It's not about you no more, right? But most people don't understand that, right? They still want it to be about them, right? Or expect the woman just to be at home with the kids and they get to go out and do whatever the fuck they want, right? But then they get mad when the woman, says something, otherwise, like, nah, bro. That's not how it works. This is not the fucking medieval times, your majesty. What's worth a girlfriend or a cartel girlfriend? Both. Actually, where my that's right. That's good. Hey, it makes all the difference in the world, bro. But people believe that that's not effective. That doesn't work. It makes them soft. Well, then you go ahead and be hard and stuck in your fucked up predicament then. And then be bitching. I always wondered if cartels or mafia's girlfriends' wives are loyal like girlfriends are. It's a dirty game, bro. So the loyalty, is rough. Against targeting cholos. Well, no, because cholos are citizens though. They're Americans, so they can't target them, right? But people believe that they could combat them, right? I guess they feel like gang members are illegals, but they're not though. They're citizens. They were born here. It's rare I meet a homie who's not who actually wasn't born here. But the world seems to think, or America seems to think that they all came from Mexico. I guess because Donald Trump always be saying that kind of stuff. They came over here with their gangs. No. The gangs were created here. Now, if they were to be members of a cartel, then they came from over there. But these gang members, no. They were created here. What are your thoughts on the insane clown posse? Allegation? What allegations on them? Yeah, any girl could be disloyal, straight or not. Yeah, it just depends on the type of woman you seek, right? Like the type of woman you're drawn to. Um, if you're in the chaos and amongst any type of negativity is always going to gravitate negativity, right? If you put yourself in these kind of predicaments and environments, like let's say when you're dealing with sketchy individuals where bad behaviors are what fuels the the situations, then you're most likely going to get yourself in a few jams, right? And you're most likely going to have problems. If you and your girl are doing drugs together and shit like that, then the chances of her being loyal to you is going to be very slim. Because like I said, drugs, it's hard for people to think straight when they're on drugs, right? So the fact of them being able to make choices or not let their paranoia get to them, like, man, why am I loyal to him? He's probably cheating on me right now. Yeah, for sure he's cheating on me right now. And then they go and do something, right? But that's not because that's their rational sense of thinking. It's because the drug is fueling the paranoia, that's making them choose these, dumb choices. But that's what drugs do, though. They fuel the negativity, thoughts, the negative thoughts. Because that dopamine, when it releases all that dopamine, your rational sense of thinking gets overwhelmed by the dopamine, right? That's why you're not really, good at making good choices, right? Even when people get like sexually aroused, right? Like in the moment because of the dopamine, right? They, don't make the best choices. Fuck it, let's just, do it right here, right now. Like even though you're in the middle of a fucking parade. But you're not thinking straight because of the dopamine. It affects the prefrontal cortex. It's very interesting if you guys want to look it up. It's actually, I don't know. I feel like it helps, better understand people. How much did you and when you went? If you don't mind me asking. Like the most, I think it was like $350 bucks. But that was about it though. We wasn't trying to do all that though. But shit, I probably ended up losing like almost 200. So in reality, I only made like about 100, like $100. That's 23. But they wouldn't let me have anything to do. Nothing. I know. I feel you. 100 on that. Maybe targeting paisas and a few cholos. Papers like, yeah, like I said, but there'll be like a few in numbers, right? Like not enough to do any kind of damage or dent to the problem. You get what I'm saying? So in all true reality, I mean, this problem that people are expecting, or the outcome that people are expecting, is not going to be the outcome that's actually going to happen, though. Right? But as long as, he goes on there and says that, it's working, people are going to believe that what he's saying, right? And it's a trip, and they'll believe what he's saying because they don't interact with Hispanics. They don't like Hispanics or illegals, but they don't interact with them. You get what I'm saying? The only reason why they dislike them as much as they dislike them is because everything that they hear or view about these individuals is negative. Like Hispanics, right? Every movie, they're the gang members, the drug dealers, the cartel guys. That's all you see them play in movies and, TV shows. The news, what does it cover? All the negative, DUIs, murders, homicide, robberies, right? So they don't cover like the positive thing that these individuals do in this country, like the ones that open their own businesses, that go to college and earn their degrees. They don't cover none of that, right? They only cover the negativity. So these individuals, all they hear and see about these individuals is negativity, negativity, negativity. And it's not like they interact with them like, oh, this is a lie because at my job, Jose, he's nothing like what these people are saying. So all they could go based on is what they're hearing about these individuals. And if it's nothing but negativity, they believe that these individuals are just negative people that are looking to fuck this country up. Right? And when this motherfucker's saying that we're getting them all out of here and it's working, they believe them because they don't interact with them. So they're just believing what this fool's saying. Like, fuck yeah, I knew this guy was going to come through. It's not like they're actually seeing the effect of it, right? but believing the propaganda, bro. That's what propaganda is. All the individuals that always side with these people are individuals that don't reside in these areas, that don't actually know about these problems, right? That's why, because if people are actually in these areas where, they're able to see the effects, all of those people know that this was full of shit, meaning the president. Because what he's saying is not actually what's happening. Once it affects them now, and whatever he does affects them, where they're now able to see his errors, is when they'll finally believe, okay, maybe this guy's not really good at his job. But until then, you can tell them all and show them all the evidence, they're not going to believe you until it finally affects them. Because people are selfish. They don't give a fuck about themselves. There's a guy that said about global warming, he don't give a fuck about global warming because he said he's not going to be around when that takes effect. He's like, I don't care. It's not going to affect me. I'm not going to be alive, in those times. So I don't care. What about your kid? Hey, it's not affecting me, so I don't give a fuck. I'll be dead by then. But see, this is the real people. This is how people really are and get down. Selfish. If they could benefit, if somebody, like, let's say a pedophile is giving them money, they'll put up with the pedophile, because they're getting something in return. And as long as he's not touching none of their kids, they're able to turn the other cheek. But once he touches their kids, they're going to make a big ass issue about it. But when he was doing it to other kids, they had no problem, as long as they were getting something in return. Right? But then when it affected them, then they wanted to be hollering. But that's how people get down, though. That's when people be like, I can separate the art from the artist. Right? When people be like, how can you be supporting somebody who's a pedophile? Like, oh, well, I could separate the art from the artist. See, we're not talking paintings here. We're talking about a sexual crime against children, bro. It's not the same shit. Don't give me that shit. You separate the art from the artist. Like if we're talking about fucking, some kind of fucking painting and shit. Hey, tell yourself whatever you need to tell yourself to help you sleep at night, bro. But the truth of the matter is, like, people are selfish, bro. They don't give a fuck that the economy's going to shit and this and that. As long as this fool's doing what, the problem that they feel like is a problem. I hate these Mexicans and fuck them and get them out of here. And if it means, fucking up the economy and plunging the country down, fuck it. Yeah. About Trump, see, I never just believe that this guy's going to come and do horrible. And, as a matter of fact, that's the reason why I don't believe the Democrats whenever they're on there and they say whatever. It would be easy because of how I feel for Trump for me to believe everything the Democrats say. Like, yeah, fuck yeah, these fools are right. But no, I don't believe them either. Right? Because a lot of the things they say about the individual's not true either. You get what I mean? Like when they say that his goal is to fuck America up and, fuck the country up. That's not Donald Trump's goal. That's not what he was planning. That wasn't his agenda. Yes, he's fucking up the economy, but that's not what he was planning for. It's just that he sucks at his job. Right? But that's two different things, though. Wanting to plow the economy up and just fucking it up because you suck. You know what I mean? But it's two different things. So they lie on the individual a lot too, right? And like I said, I may dislike the individual, but I'm not going to come and lie on him either. I'm not going to say that, oh, he's this and he's that, or he's done this and that, when I truly don't know it to be facts just because I dislike him. You know what I mean? The facts in themselves are good enough. Like we're going to highlight what we actually truly know and not so much about like, what we don't know. Like, hey, you heard that fool is gay. Like, why would I say that about him? Like, I don't know that fucker and what he likes to do in his personal timeline. But what I do know is what I'm going to speak on. You know what I mean? Like when they saw his looks and, I don't care about any of that. That's, to me, is petty and dumb and stupid. And the Democrats have been doing it a lot lately, right? They're acting just like him. and it's annoying. Like, y'all supposed to be the bigger people? Like, come with the facts. Leave the bullshit to the side. And I hate when people be doing that on him, right? Like, if they're coming to, like, try to put him down, right? Like, you know, instead of speaking about the bullshit that he's doing, right, that's fucking up the economy, they want to bring up about how, you know, fucking, how he looks extra orange, or he looks overweight now, and how his golfing skills suck. And I don't give a fuck about none of that, bro. I don't care if his golfing skills suck. I don't care if he can't drive. I don't care if he's, you know, his taste in clothes. I don't care. I care about the facts, bro. None of that shit is related to, you know, what we're talking about here. Like, let's speak on the facts, though, about how his big, beautiful bill fucking sucks and is only a tax break for the rich. Because I just don't know people that are just have 14 million just lying around in order for the tax bill to go in effect for people. How is that a tax bill for the working class? I don't know many working class that have 14 million just lying around for that tax bill to take effect. Right? But they don't speak on that. The progress on the wall, they don't speak on that no more, right? How much money did the National Guard and these armored tanks and people and horses and all that is costing? You know, the American taxpayer for these fucking ice raids that don't need to be conducted this way. There's a reason why Obama deported more people than any president of all time, and you didn't hear about it like how you're hearing about the Donald Trump thing, right? There's a reason why it wasn't blown out of proportion, right? Because he wasn't doing it where it was costing the taxpayer this amount of money for the stupid results we're getting. But see, about real issues, you know, about the fucking the inflation, the control of inflation, the homelessness problem, but about real matters, not about his fucking how him and Malalia don't like each other or whatever the fuck, or, you know, him and Ivanka. I don't care. You know, let's talk about the facts, bro. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, my next break is over. We got to get back to it. Good job. We got to with you guys, and we out.